It is that time. Denver Broncos 2023 NFL Draft grades. One of the stupidest things we do in sports because we are grading guys that have yet to even step foot in the state they are playing in sometimes. But it's a tradition unlike any other. So I'm going to give out my grades for each pick that Denver made and then an overall draft grade, which I'm sure in a couple of years will either look awful or will look pretty spot on. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Denver came in with 5 selections. They ultimately made 5 selections, just not the original spots that they had. It started off with a trade up, if you remember, to get to 63, where they went wide receiver Marvin Mims from Oklahoma. I'm going to give it a B- grade. I mean, for starters, we're talking about the 63rd overall pick. Let's not act like Marvin Mims can get the same letter grade as Jackson Smith and Jigba or Zay Flowers, in my opinion. I like Marvin Mims as a player. Don't get me wrong. He's a burner, 5'10", 183 pounds. I just have seen way too many teams fall in love with track stars that just do that only. Run straight and have a nice vertical, but don't have more to their game. Now, last season for the Sooners, he had 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns, 2 straight seasons in which he averaged over 20 yards per reception. He's a big play machine. He offers a lot of upside in special teams as well. I just have, the only thing that's holding me back from a higher grade is he's just a burner, right? I got to see more from him and learn that he can run more routes, because if you only do one route, it's going to get old and defenses will catch on. But for now, I love Denver getting a big play threat down the line, down the sidelines, that is. He can help out in the punt and return job. Quickly, it looks like Montreal Washington might be out of a job, though, in Denver after he was last year's special team pick in round number 5. Now, make sure that you are not just subscribed, but also participating in the chat, because I love seeing what you guys have to say. So what was your favorite pick that was made by Denver? Is it Marvin Mims? Is it the next guy we're going to look at? This is the pinned comment on today's show, so get down to the comment section and let me know. A pick I like slightly more than Marvin Mims is Drew Sanders. The reason why I just think Drew Sanders is going to have a better NFL career. I love the tweener that he is. He's an incredible inside linebacker that can blitz, or a really good outside linebacker that can't do a whole ton in run coverage. So he's right there in between, but he was Tom Downey's number 1 linebacker. To find him at 67, you got to feel pretty good about that. He's got great frame, as a scouting report indicates. Size and blitzing are all there. Breakout season last year, former 5-star recruit who went to Alabama, transferred to Arkansas, double digits in sacks and tackles for loss. He is still a bit of a raw-ish product after not getting a lot of runway in Tuscaloosa. Unanimous All-American last season. Him, Josie Jewell, and Alex Singleton, that's going to be a great inside linebacker room where one of your inside linebackers might be one of your best pass rushers as well. Maybe he kind of develops a Baron Browning type route of his career. He's a bit smaller than Baron Browning, but man, he has a knack for finding the quarterback. Like I said, 10 sacks a season ago. Drew Sanders might be your Josie Jewell replacement. We usually don't see George Payton go linebacker. Makes you really wonder who's calling the shots right now in Denver's war room. I think it's Sean Payton. Now, the next pick here is a trade up in round number 3 when we thought Denver was done for night number 2. I'm going to give it a C-. And it's not because so much of the player they drafted, Riley Moss. I'm coming around to the draft pick, Riley Moss. I hate giving up a future third right Denver moved on from a 4th they had and a future 3rd to jump up with Seattle at number 83. I just feel like the compensation they gave up did not match the player, Would have been happy with Riley Moss maybe at 108, and then it's not a C- grade. But I don't like giving up a future 3rd for, let's be honest, a bit of a unicorn too. Denver's got one of the very, very few ever white cornerbacks in the NFL, so we're not going to let this be a Klans rally, but you know what I'm saying? This is not something you see very often. Now, great athlete. I mean, Hawkeyes fans are going to tell you you're getting a competitor, you're getting a great football player, awesome instincts. He is always around the football. To me, I would have been happy with the pick if it did not mean giving up a future 3rd. Next year, Denver gets their first-round picks back, well, the one, but they do not have a second. That goes to New Orleans. They had 2/3, theirs and the Saints. They traded one of those away. I'm going to sorely miss that third-round pick. Make sure to subscribe, by the way, if you are not already. Daily videos all off-season long. If you are just stumbling across our channel for the first time, we are going to keep you guys in the loop for the rest of the offseason until the preseason rolls around. So hit that sub button today if you have not already. Moving on, we have some more grades to give out as Denver was quiet to start day 3. No picks until number 183 when they went safety out of Boise State, J.L. Skinner. I'm going to give this pick a B. I think Denver got a hidden diamond in the rough here. So some background information on J.L. Skinner. He was a top safety coming into this draft class. Unfortunately, he suffered a torn pec right before the combine, and as a result, a lot of teams sort of just crossed him off their list and figured, let some other team take the risk for him. Well, Denver at 183 figured, yeah, that's pretty much worth the risk right there. Good frame, good size, 6'3". That's a big safety right there. He is mean when he comes down to the box. He is lighting up Mountain West receivers left and right. I like this pick a ton. If Caden Stearns has serious health concerns, he very well may be your week 1 starting safety right next to Justin Simmons. 4 picks and 4 pass breakups last year, so really good ball skills as well. Good run stopper. Huge fan of the J.L. Skinner pick. Not sure if he's going to be one of the best safeties in the league, which is why I give it a B grade. But at 183 in round 6, yeah, I can get behind this pick made by the Paytons, whichever one really is calling the shots right now in Denver. So with that being said, we have one more pick to get to here for Denver. We're going to check out who they selected in round number 7, right before the NFL draft wrapped up. It was just before the Mr. Irrelevant pick, and they went position of need for not the first time in this draft, but a very crucial position of need they had coming into this draft, and that is center Alex Forsyth out of Oregon. So I'm grading this C+. We are talking about a round 7 pick here. It's hard to be that confident or that pessimistic about a pick, but Alex Forsyth, in my opinion, is a good selection right before the draft ends, because you may have found a week 1 starter right before the draft ended. If Lloyd Cushenberry is not going to hold on to the job as training camp opens up, you've got a 3-way battle between this Oregon Duck, Kyle Fuller, and the former 3rd-round pick Cushenberry. Now, some scouting reports and notes on him to get you guys familiar with potentially the new starting center for Russell Wilson. 28 career starts in college, all at center, so loads of experience. He's not an awesome athlete. That's sort of why he fell to round number 7. 6 false starts last season, which for a center, when your job is to snap the football, it's unbelievably high and sort of like Garrett Bowles' rookie year. How is that even possible high? But I like the just value of finding a center in round number 7 who might start for you. He might not, but he could. And if he does, you're going to feel like a big-time winner of getting a starter in round number 7. So now it's time for you guys to grade Denver's draft. These are dumb. We can all admit. We are grading players who have yet to even take a snap in rookie minicamp. But it is an American tradition to grade teams' draft the moment it is over. So what is your grade? My grade, I'm going to go C+. I think there are worse drafts out there. But let's be honest, guys. They only had 5 picks. They weren't on the clock until 63. They did not add a bunch of impact players in this draft because they didn't have either the quality or the quantity to do so. So for that reason, it gets a C+ for me, and that might be nice, actually. I like the Drew Sanders pick. I am happy about the Marvin Mims pick. But outside of that, J.L. Skinner, there's just not a ton of picks or volume to really it warranting a higher grade.